Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to SeaWorld. My name is Mike, and I'd like to take this opportunity before we begin to thank you guys all for your continued support during these times and following our social distancing and face mask guidelines while here at the park today. Doing so keeps us all safe and allows us to keep sharing these incredible animals with all of you. So now please enjoy Orca Encounter.
One interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. I'm Christina, and I'm so honored to introduce you to this intriguing and majestic animal. Seeing a killer whale up close and learning about them and their natural behavior. We hope this Orca Encounter will help give you a better understanding of these amazing creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types, or ecotypes, of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whales' size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
perfectly designed for getting a quick breath at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It looks like his eyes are in this white patch, but that's a visual distraction. The eyes are actually in the black area in front of the white patch, camouflaged from thrashing prey. The fin on top of the orca's body is called a dorsal fin, which helps stabilize whales when they swim and helps regulate their body temperature. There's no bone inside of the dorsal fin, which is why sometimes you'll see a slight curve. The flippers on either side of the orca's body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stalking. There are 5 bony digits inside of the flippers, just like the human hand. The lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes, and the tail flukes are the killer whale's engine, propelling them close to 30 miles per hour, which is as fast as our speedboats. And they swim the fastest and use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies completely up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, orcas use body language as part of their communication. They use pectoral slaps at the surface of the water to show dominance and to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breach. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings when they hunt. Slaps are also a form of communication the killer whale uses in the wild. So it's no wonder they're at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Whales in the southern hemisphere will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Our whales are demonstrating the same movement and behavior right here at the SLIDEOUT. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals right into the water. Watch as our whales demonstrate this wave-making technique at the front of the pool, demonstrating one of many complex and impressive hunting abilities killer whales have developed around the world. Saw those waves crashing in front of you, but you can't really imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it firsthand. And now it's all of your turn to get to feel the power of the killer whale tail. Watch out, they're going to be flinging 55-degree salt water your way.
Yes!
Now, because killer whales are found in every part of our ocean, it's no surprise that they're going to eat all kinds of prey, including other whales. Now, the blue whale on the screen in front of you is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than the killer whale. So how do whales, the size of these killer whales, take down a whale that size out of the wild? Well, it's possible because orcas are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is an important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach young whales to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Orcas Orcas spend lots of time interacting and showing their playful side, both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when a whale swims fast to the surface, breaking out of the water freely. When catching a ride in the wake of a boat, or when surfing in a wave. Orcas like to be touched and will rub their bellies on rocks when they can. Watch as Orkid demonstrates the same movement, just like whales in British Columbia would. You'll also see killer whales imitate each other in the wild. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are always mimicking and learning from each other.
It's too many of you guys.
Behavior has a purpose. A tail whip is used in hunting to stun fish. But today, these whales might just be stunning all of you.
No, he's already there.
Which allows us to share trusted relationships and help provide optimal healthcare, research, and quality of life. The whales here take an active role in their health and well-being. For example, they'll show us their tail flukes, which is a helpful behavior when we take a voluntary blood sample. Slide out onto a scale so we can monitor their weight. Orkid is doing this here in this video. We weigh our whales weekly to ensure that our younger whales are growing properly and our older whales are maintaining a nice, healthy weight. And they'll even let us take a breath sample from their blowhole because of the trusted relationships that we've built here together day after day at SeaWorld. And right now it is my honor to introduce you to Mcconnell. He is 7 years old. He is very playful, loves to show off his new behaviors, and he has a great relationship with the trainers here. Mcconnell participates in a number of research projects that help to conserve his wildlife counterparts. We encourage the whales every day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play all help keep these whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Ocinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Orca Encounter. Now, in order for us all to exit safely, we need to ask that everyone remain in their seats. We will do this as fast as possible. We have our